drive it responsibly and ethically. And I'll repeat that, drive it responsibly and ethically. So how, you're sitting there and you're wondering, how will I contribute to the national economy? Graduates, you are more than experts in your field. In the next couple of years, as you transition into a professional and create your own mindset to be create your own mindset to be visionaries who dare to dream beyond the present, dream beyond today, be the problem solvers and leaders who build bridges between technology and humanity. No technocrat operates in isolation. Learn to foster partnerships and work hand in hand with others to tackle most pressing issues in our country. Now, I say that because you're graduating from your respective degrees, and you might think that, okay, as a mining engineer, I won't need a valuer. But believe me, when you buy your first property and you go to the bank, they will ask you, can you go and get a valuation report? So you don't sever ties. Collaboration across disciplines, industries, and borders amplify impact and is an enabling pillar to national economic growth. It is important to understand national economic growth only holds close the values of inclusion and sustainability. National economic growth and progress is only meaningful when it uplifts every corner of society, not just in the urban areas, when it uplifts every corner of society, from the most remote village to all the urban centers, and preserves the wealth for generations to come. As you enter the professional world, you will soon learn that formal education, what you have just gained, is just one form of learning. Knowledge is not just confined to classrooms, certificates, or degrees. For example, look around you. Look at your families in the markets. Look at our families in the villages. They are educated in many ways that most of us overlook. They have mastered the role of agriculture. They have mastered economics. And they have mastered survival strategies. And these skills they have passed down through generations. And these are the skills that have sustained our villages and our communities, and they drive rural economies. So graduates, education in its true essence is the continuous process of learning, unlearning, and applying knowledge in ways to create tangible impact for the greater good. The education of a true technocrat transcends geographical and cultural boundaries. The education you have gained in the past years is not merely about acquiring knowledge. It is also about fostering wisdom and the ability to adapt and innovate for the greater good and for nation building. In the words of the late Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. So after today, what lies ahead after Unitech, after today? Tomorrow is a new chapter. The new chapter begins, and it's filled with the potential for career exploration, personal growth, and the pursuit of your dreams. While navigating the challenges and the opportunities that lay ahead, tackle each day with focus. Never make excuses. Don't make excuses. For those of you who have already found employment, congratulations. Put your head down and work with pride on what is in front of you. You may never know where you're going to end up. If you haven't found employment yet, keep looking. Don't settle. Don't let the fear of failure stop you from trying. Let your failures be your guide, not your graveyard. Let me repeat that. Let your failures be your guide and not your graveyard. You don't need to know what you are going to do with the rest of your life from this point onwards. You don't know. The future is not something to be afraid of. It is something to be embraced. You have not only earned this degree by just doing. You haven't earned it by just being. You haven't earned it by just existing at Unitech. No, you haven't. Look back on the journey that has brought you here. What moments challenged you the most? How did you rise to the occasion to overcome those moments and show your potential? Those are the moments to remember, because they will encourage you and reassure you that there are always better days ahead, that tomorrow is always another day. Graduates, tomorrow onwards, don't be afraid of failure or job rejection. You can always change your approach. I know. I have had 4 different career moves. Since graduating from this university several decades ago, just like everyone else, I faced challenges and celebrated successes. Graduates, after graduating, I was unemployed for almost a year. Every job application came back with the same response: your application has been unsuccessful. Then I got a break with Qantas Airways. I was a travel consultant. Not my dream job, no. Nothing related to my degree in land studies. But the main thing is I was earning an income. But you know, every day I would tell myself, Flora, things will get better. Just keep on keeping on. And finally, after almost a year with Qantas, I landed a job in a real estate company as an assistant valuer. And the funny thing is, I worked under the mentorship of the first Valuer General of Papua New Guinea, Mr. Mark Caleb. This led to my employment in the public sector with the Lands Department as a senior valuer, and I obtained my registration as a registered valuer in Papua New Guinea. And I was also awarded an AusAid scholarship to do a master's at the University of New South Wales in real estate. On my return, after doing my master's, I joined academia. So I went from private sector to academia. And I came to teach at Unitech. I left Unitech and I took the post up as the Valuer General of Papua New Guinea. But I felt that the public service, it wasn't for me. I still had a passion for research. So I joined the National Research Institute as a research fellow within the property sector program. And it was from NRI. You know, I was working with everybody I'd go to, they were doctor this, doctor that, and I said, I have to go and do my PhD. So it was from NRI, I pursued a PhD at the University of the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. Now, after obtaining the highest level of academic achievement, a PhD, I came back and I found myself unemployed once again. So what did I do? I realigned, reassessed, and redirected myself towards self-employment as a registered valuer in Papua New Guinea. I had a PhD, but I was also a registered valuer. Where did that registered valuer come from? It came from my bachelor's degree. The PhD was there. And if I wanted to go into business, well, it was through that Bachelor of Land Studies. So here I am today. I'm self-employed, a sole trader in the SME sector, operating a small property valuation firm. And I am also a research fellow with the University of the Sunshine Coast, working on a research project promoting smallholder teak and livelihood teak and sandalwood plantations in Papua New Guinea. So we all have our individual journeys, and we all have our stories to tell. And we all have our support system, the individuals that keep us going. For myself, my parents were my role models. My father, he was a simple village boy from the Arama coast. He went to Arama Primary School, and I witnessed him. He obtained his master's and PhD from the University of Sydney. And my mother was one of the first female public servants post-independence. Their stories have been, and they continue to be, my cornerstone to overcome obstacles. I am sure you have relatives, your parents, families, who have their stories. And I'm sure they've told you how they've overcome obstacles. Take them deep inside so that you too, you can overcome obstacles, pursue knowledge, and make the most of opportunities that are presented to you. Graduates out there in the professional world, that easy days ahead of you will be easy. It is the hard days that will challenge you. Most people give up once they fail and when they feel that things are not going their way. But if you ever find yourself at the crossroads, all you need to do is realign, reassess, and redirect yourself. You have chosen this path that will shape your future and determine your professional life that lies ahead of you. Only you, yourself, you know your goals you have set. And only you have the power to control your journey and write your story. Graduates, you already know what you need to do to succeed. That's the whole reason why we are here today. Do not let yourselves down when you get out there. So before I end my speech, there are 4 points that I want you to take home. Firstly, always be a positive person with understanding. Focus on the good, even in challenging times. Do not be anxious. Do not be reckless. Whether you face prosperity or adversity, just calmly and firmly journey forth. Secondly, be a respectable person. Practice integrity. Integrity is doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. Yes, we can always be respectable persons, only and only if we choose to be. Thirdly, be a useful contributor to society. Whether you are advancing in academia, you are advancing in the private sector, or in the public service, let your purpose and your path illuminate and inspire those around you. And fourthly, be grateful to the divine Creator. It is through His blessings that we have come this far. Cherish what you have in your parents, your families, and your friends. Be thankful always and give credit to those whose tireless efforts and sacrifices have brought you this far. Graduates, I want you to put your hands together and acknowledge those people sitting there in the stands. Give them a round of applause. When you leave this hall and you reunite with your family members and mentors, give them that special hug and tell them, thank you once again. Thank you for going that extra mile for me. Because you know why? These are the very people we should emulate. Because they have already demonstrated to you the importance of dedication. They've already demonstrated to you the importance of sacrifice. And they have already demonstrated to you the importance of perseverance to enable you to pursue this degree and achieve the success today. Finally, to the Unitech Chancellor, Council members, Vice Chancellor, Senior Executive Management, non-academic staff, the schools, the deans, head of schools, deputy head of schools, and academic staff whose contribution, continuous hard work, and commitment make this university a place of excellence. We say thank you. You have once again fulfilled your duty proudly in sending off 700 empowered technocrats. Now it is up to them. It is up to you to rise to the challenge, to drive transformation, and to contribute to the betterment of this country. Congratulations once again, graduating class of 2024. Thank you to Mass. Safe celebrations with your loved ones, and may God bless us all abundantly. As we say in Aroma, Emau.
Would all graduates please stand? Chancellor, may I invite you to formally confer the degrees and certificates of the university upon those who have completed the requirements as prescribed by the academic board and approved by the council.
I, Mr. Sam Koim, Chancellor of the Papua New Guinea University of Technology, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the statutes, regulations, and bylaws of the university, now confer the degrees and certificates of the university to those who have successfully completed the academic requirements of the respective courses as laid down and duly prescribed by the academic board and approved by the council, and have today the names included in the 2024 roll of the graduates of the university. All right, you may take your seat. I'm reminded that I should, as the Chancellor, say a few things to charge you and send you into the world. I didn't want to intend to do that, but I'll at least say a few things as an accomplished individual as well. But our guest speaker has spoken really well and inspired all of us of the challenges and the successes. A graduate of this university who has risen and made it in life and who has completed the academic world in attaining a PhD. So thank you, Dr. Kwapena, for the wonderful speech today. Today, I'd like to make only one comment, and that would be centered around one point. You are the product of a number of people and factors. Number one, the government has invested, and the taxpayers of Papua New Guinea have invested more than 60% of your graduating today. Never forget that. So firstly, I also would like to welcome you, those of you who will be joining the workforce. Welcome to the tax-paying community. You will love it, because I do pay taxes too. So government contributes 60% of your education. The university, council, the council as well as SCMT, the staff, and the staff including the academic staff, even the security guard that you hate the most, also contribute to the product that you are here this morning. You are also the product of the very people who are standing here, and tomorrow when you get a job, you will soon forget. And you are the product of them. That's why I think it was fitting for Dr. Kwapena to ask us to give a hand to them. Because when I found a job, everybody that I didn't want them to appear, they appear with a banana or with a sugarcane that never existed. You will find that. So you are the product of all of this. And you are the product. That's why my one word is productivity. Lee Kuan Yew said, in order to change Singapore, there's one word that it is wrapped in, and this one word is called productivity. If everybody can do what they are charged and supposed to do, then Singapore will change. And you look at what Singapore is today. Today, the government spends about 7 billion this year on personal emoluments alone, more than 7 billion kina in PE budget alone to public servants. You wonder whether the government and the people of Papua New Guinea are receiving the services that is worth 7 billion kina. It's anybody's guess. Government is paying for public servants and workers who are not delivering the 7 billion worth of services to our people. And that's a challenge. So tomorrow you will go into the workforce, and my charge to you this morning is be productive. Be a productive citizen. Some of you will find a job, some of you will not, but be a productive citizen. The education that we acquire, the inspirational messages that you receive is just 10%. 90% out there is perspiration. You can get educated and educated and educated and educated until your head go kela, but if you do not move the hard work to make it happen, burn the long hours, you will never make it happen. And that's my charge to this morning is work hard. You will fail, you will rise up. It doesn't mean that you will end up in the dream job, but let not your dream die out. Continue to make your dream come true. So the one word that I would like to charge you today is be productive citizen. Today, the tools that we have today are really the tools that could advance you and make you a better and productive person. They've never been available 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And I would like to leave you with an example today. I'm a trained lawyer, but I do a couple of other things because I train myself. And I have a passion for looking after pigs and ducks, my other pastime. Instead of consulting the good agriculturalist and all of this, I consulted ChatGPT because the stock feed is costing me a lot of money. So I consulted and I said, look, what are the plant proteins that could substitute the stock feed that I'm spending so much money? And it gave me all the plant proteins. And then I looked around, everywhere I go, I get my mobile phone, and there's a app that you can test all the plants, and it will tell you the plant names, and also it can tell you what the nutrients are. So I used the app to find the plant proteins and the right ones and start getting them, planting them, doing the nursery. And I also said, why can't I produce my own stock feed? So I looked at it, 50% of the stock feed that we feed our pigs and chicken and all of these, 50% of the nutrients is just corn. And Papua New Guinea, we plant corn. 20% is soybean. And we grow soybean up there in Hagen, where I come from. 10% is probably sorghum. I mean, they're planting sorghum out in Ramusuka. We have everything that we can plant. Consult ChatGPT. So some of you might end up with a very good job. Thank God for you and be productive. But some of you will never find it. There are tools that can make you become productive. There are tools that can make you productive. So I would like to charge you with this morning that the people who made it in life are the people who not only get inspired and get educated, but also work the hard work. So 10% is what you are graduating with today. There's a 90% out there that requires perspiration. 10% inspiration, education, 90% perspiration. Be productive citizens. Thank you.
I now call upon the Dean of the Faculty of Built Environment, Professor Cletus Gondowan, to present the graduates who are here to the Chancellor.
Will the graduates for a degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Geomatics, the Master of Philosophy, Geomatics, please stand and come forward. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the graduates upon whom you have conferred a degree of Doctor of Philosophy and the Master of Philosophy of the University, and whom are about to be named. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Clifford Jr. Mashikuk. This is titled The Application of UAV and Remote Sensing and tool, as a tool for rural development in Papua New Guinea, a case study of Nomondo District Planning in Western Province. For a degree of Master of Philosophy in Geomatics, Dean Ensign. This is titled Land Sustainability Analysis of Rice and Wheat Cultivation using GIS Basement Fuzzy Multicultural Decision-Making Approach, Southern Highlands Province. Aaron Jack Loesia. This is titled Watershed Characteristics as an Alternative Approach to Redefine an Existing Bioregion, Moro and Igafu, Agogo bioregions in Southern Highlands. Tiadara Joy Oli. This is titled Drought Risk Assessment using GIS and Remote Sensing, a case study in the Makam Ramu region of Papua New Guinea.
I now call upon the Dean of Faculty of Engineering, Dr. Shoaib Hamed Syed, to present the graduates who are here to the Chancellor.
Will the graduates for the degree of Master of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, Master of Philosophy in Electrical and Communication Engineering, and Master of Engineering in Communication Engineering, please stand and come forward. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the graduates upon whom you have conferred the Master of Philosophy of the University and who are about to be named. For the degree of Master of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, Sujan Gimayer. His thesis title, Study on Seismic Performance of Concrete Gravity Dam located in Ring of Fire in Papua New Guinea. Robom Pebor, his title in absentia. For the degree of Master of Philosophy in Electrical and Communication Engineering, Eliza Kapma, his thesis on the title Design of Sustainable Energy Charging Station for Electrical Vehicles in Papua New Guinea, a case study along Okak Highway. For the degree of Master of Engineering in Communication Engineering, Terry Ricky, his thesis title Cybersecurity Challenges in Smart Grid. Gao Taumako, his thesis title Application of Advanced Technologies in Enhance the Resilience of Smart Grids Against Cyber and Physical Attacks.
I now call upon the Pro Vice Chancellor Academic, Professor Samshul Akanda, on behalf of the Faculty of Humanities, to present the graduates who are here to the Chancellor.
Will the graduates for the degree of Master of Business Administration, the degree of Executive Master of Business Administration, the degree of Master of Communication Studies, and postgraduate certificate in student-centered teaching of the university please stand and come forward. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the graduates upon whom you have conferred the degree of Master of Business Administration, the degree of Executive Master of Business Administration, degree of Master of Communication Studies, and postgraduate certificate in student-centered teaching of the university, and who are about to be named. Degree of Master of Business Administration, Maureen Giaska. Charity Kiab. Humphrey Manasseh. Huizo Wilson Nerefa. Robert Poli. The degree of Executive Master of Business Administration, Stephen Garega. Lapio Kalai. Mosman Katten. Plenty Philip Malma. Miok Michael. Wisely Mom. Nathan Namiangu. Simon Tongiako Pariakua. Paxi Rodney. Simeon Hiaomi Suagu. Diana Andy. I don't have any other name.